After what was arguably a terrible year for Franco-Nevada, the company actually managed to pull off a decent fourth quarter. The major royalty holder hit consensus estimates for both earnings per share and revenue. While they failed to hit the original guidance issued for 2024, Franco did manage to reach the upper end of revised guidance, which after the year they had is basically a major win. And to top it off, they are trading up on a day when nearly everything in the market is deep into the red. Folks, we're talking Franco-Nevada, we're talking earnings. Let's dive in. Franco-Nevada in the fourth quarter recorded top-line revenue of $321 million, which was a 6% improvement over the $303 million recorded in the fourth quarter of 2023, which comes despite Cobre Panama, Franco's largest asset, being in care and maintenance following the well-publicized issues in Panama. Excluding Cobre, revenue was up 30% year over year, which is attributed to the massive rise in the price of gold. Analysts, meanwhile, had called for top-line revenue of $314 million for the quarter. Total gold equivalent ounces sold totaled 120,000 ounces, a 21% decline year over year. Net income improved substantially, rising from a loss of $983 million or $5.11 per share last year to positive $175 million or 91 cents per share in the fourth quarter of 2024. On an adjusted basis, net income improved from $173 million or 90 cents per share to $183 million or 95 cents per share this year. Analysts had called for EPS of 92 cents. Despite the improvements, operating cash flow fell 14%, dropping from $284 million to $243 in the fourth quarter. While the fourth quarter had positive results, the same can't be said for the full year 2024 results. Revenue declined 9% on a year-over-year basis, falling to $1.1 billion this year from $1.2 billion last year. Excluding Cobre, revenue is said to have improved by 15% year over year. Gold equivalent ounces sold, meanwhile, fell 26% year over year to 463,000 ounces, which was still down 7% even when excluding Cobre Panama. Net income did improve year over year, rising from a net loss in 2023 of $466 million or $2.43 per share to positive net income of $552 million or $2.87 a share. 2023, however, was of course impacted by the impairment of Cobre Panama to the tune of about $1.2 billion. On an adjusted basis, net income fell 10%, falling from $683 million or $3.56 a share to $618 million or $3.21 per share. Operating cash flow, meanwhile, hit $837 million, a 2% decline on a year-over-year basis. Franco ended the year with $2.4 billion in available capital, including $1.5 billion in cash and cash equivalents. The company also declared a dividend of 38 cents a share to close out the year, which represents an annual increase of nearly 6%. In terms of portfolio performance, Franco-Nevada saw a slight improvement in sales on a gold equivalent basis across its commodities, whereas over the last two quarters, only one commodity saw year-over-year improvements. The fourth quarter saw improvements for two commodities. Gold ounces sold during the quarter improved from 75,000 to 80,000, while silver equivalent ounces improved from 12.1 thousand GEOs to 13.7 thousand GEOs. Every other commodity, PGMs, iron, oil, gas, natural gas, and so on, saw declines on a quarter-over-quarter basis. For the full year, things fared even worse. Only gold saw improvements on a year-over-year basis in 2024, with sales growing from 290,000 ounces to 295,000 ounces. All other metals and commodities saw sales decline, with total sales declining year-over-year from 627,000 GEOs to 463,000 GEOs, a 26% decline, which kind of gives you a sense of just how big Cobre Panama was. In terms of guidance, Franco-Nevada originally called for total GEO sales of between 480 to 540,000 ounces. That guidance, however, was cut back to a range of 445 to 465,000 ounces at the time of the release of the company's third quarter financial results. So they met revised guidance, but failed to hit the original guidance. But this is also where we need to highlight a key item. The price of gold has risen substantially. As of right now, it's up $800 an ounce from the time of that original guidance being released, which impacts the conversion of other metals to gold equivalent ounces. Removing the impact of the conversion ratio in Cobre Panama, GEOs sold would have actually increased by about 7% year over year. Anyways, looking to 2025, Franco is forecasting some improvements. Precious metals gold equivalent ounce sales are expected to be within a range of 385 to 425,000 ounces versus 355,000 in 2024, while total GEO sales are expected to be in a range of 465 to 525,000 ounces. On a midpoint basis, this represents growth of about 7% on a year-over-year basis. The improvement is attributable to the addition of royalties at Yanacocha, the Porcupine Complex, and the Western Limb mining operation stream. Initial contributions from Valentine Gold are also expected to be added to the production mix, alongside the continued ramp-up of operations at a handful of key assets. And unlike last year's forecast, which was based on $1,950 gold, 2025's forecast is based on $2,800 gold, with every $100 rise in the price of the precious metal translating to a reduction of 4,750 GEOs, assuming all other commodities stay constant. Long-term production is expected to hit between 505 and 565,000 GEOs in 2028, and between 490 and 550,000 GEOs in 2029. The long-term outlook does not include Cobre Panama either, where there are hints of a restart being possible. All right, let's wrap it up. 2024 was arguably the worst year for Franco-Nevada in a long time. It was the first year that they operated without Cobre Panama since that operation began, making year-over-year comparisons, well, horrendous. Combined with a massive rise in the price of gold, which saved revenue figures, the gold equivalent ounces sold figure suffered even more. Yet, with all that being said, Franco is still making money hand over fist and is back on the right path with growth on the horizon. Should Cobre see a restart materialize, well, the company will be in an even better position of strength. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to keep bringing you guys this content here. I'm on family vacation in Mexico, but I know how much you guys, our audience, love Franco-Nevada. We had a request yesterday to cover these earnings, so I'm bringing it to you guys while on vacation. All right, everybody, thanks for watching.